Welcome to the biggest, most expensive car we've ever featured on a Sus with Sam. This thing is of the largest scales. This is Emilio, the lovely owner. Give us a 30-second rundown of who you are, what you do, and this vehicle behind us.
My name's Emilio. I do finance and boat transport. And this is my 2023 2500 Ram.
It's a work of art. It's a super tourer. It's a torque monster. And we're about to run you through it. Inside and out, front to back. Let's dive into it. We're starting things off at the business end. The front of this thing is massive. I think it gives you a good appreciation of the scale because we are both 6 foot men and this thing is literal eye level. It is humongous. We're going to kick this off with talking about the details, the front, bar work, the roof. What are we looking at?
So the front bar is a off-road creative bar with hoop and set up for all the lights. So we're running all the Baja design lights. We've got the carbon winch on the front.
Yep.
The Morimoto aftermarket headlights as well. Again, we've had it all color coded and everything done by the boys down at Chrome and Auto Body.
Yep.
And then working our way back, we've got the backbone system and the platform, again with the Baja lights. And then, just the Max Tracks on the roof as well.
Yep. This thing is huge. Yeah, I love it. I freaking love it. It's like, honestly, when we cruised up on you coming through Cops, I was like, oh my God. From the back, it was impressive. The front's even more so because it is just that scale. The American grills on these sort of bigger trucks, the 2500s, is epic. I really like what you've done with the color coding. Even like the Ram's done color coded to the body. The bar works all color matched to the body. It looks sick.
Come on, good.
Yeah, real nice. I reckon we wrap around the side and we talk wheels, tyres and suspension because I know that's probably killing you guys because this thing is so big. And then we're going to dive under the bonnet and talk about power plant because these things are torque monsters. Wheels, tyres, suspension, everyone's
Wait, shut up!
Wheels, tyres and suspension, everyone's favourite part of just about any build. And this thing has got a whole lot of it going on. What are we even looking at?
So we're running the 6-inch BDS in Fox kits.
Yep.
We're running the 37, 13.5 Nitto, and we're followed by the KMC 18x9s.
I'm imagining this has got a pretty strict sort of situation when it comes to wheel loads and tyres to run such a heavy vehicle. Is that the case when you went with this setup?
Yeah, because we do a lot of heavy towing. When we did all the diff gears with Reese from GNL, he said no more than 37s. You're going to start running into trouble with fuel consumption wise, as well as extra wear and tear on items that we don't need.
Yep.
So we went to the 37, stuck with that. And I think now it looks pretty good and it's all in proportion with the lift and everything now. So
yeah, as long as it drives nice.
It drives really good. It's got the front steering dampers in it too, so that really helps a lot.
Yeah, sick. And then for those that aren't that familiar, I mean, this took me by surprise. Coils in the rear and solid axle in the front. I would just have assumed that this thing would have had the largest leaf packs in the world in the rear for something that is so heavy, but probably drives like a lounge chair.
Yeah, it literally drives like a lounge chair. It's got airbag assist for all the heavy towing we do. The rear end setup is so comfortable. It's really good with the weight that we carry with the canopy and the water and the long range tanks.
Yeah.
Look, like I said, lounge chair.
Yeah, sick. And this thing does a lot of heavy towing, like you've mentioned. You've got exhaust brakes.
Yeah.
And airlines for the real heavy trailers.
Yep. So we can do it all from start to finish with the, like you said, exhaust brakes and airbags.
Yep.
And air brakes and everything else that runs with it. So
sick.
It's been really good.
Yeah, this thing is just absolutely set up for just about anything behind it. It's super sick.
We can go anywhere, do anything, pull anything.
Yeah, very cool. Speaking of pulling anything, no, but seriously, speaking of pulling anything, I want to talk about the drive line. I want to speak about... Speaking of pulling anything, let's talk about the engine that is doing all the heavy lifting of this car. We'll get up and take a look because it's a torque monster. Biggest draw card of these things to a lot of people, I think, is the power plant gearbox situation. You tow a lot of heavy need a lot of power to do that.
Yeah.
What engine comes in these standard and what have you done to this to make it haul?
So standards that come in 6.7 litre turbo diesel. And then obviously GNL's put a little bit of a twitch on it.
Yep.
So they run the Banks kit, they do all the diff gears, they do everything else behind scenes. And now she's tuned, she's got the 5-stage to tune on the fly, which is awesome for us because you can flip between your maps where you just want a performance or tow or eco or whatever.
Sick.
And look, at the moment she's running 560 horsepower around that number and just a little over 1600 newton meters. So it pulls everything
Proper.
in there.
Yeah, I can imagine it wouldn't have many drivers.
Unreal. Especially on the beach, it's really good.
Yeah. Sick. What gearbox are behind these?
They're the 6.8 gearbox, and it's got the delete kit in it as well. Obviously, they need that for, like, they have the heater delete kit.
Yep.
We don't need that here.
Yeah.
Build internals from that as well, because, you know, when you're throwing a lot of power on something, pulling a lot of power on something, it's always going to go bang. So we try and do that earlier in the day before I did that on the side of the road.
I can imagine. Yeah.
Preparation's key for that sort of shit, so it's cool. And that's really what we got on the front here. Other than that, everything else is pretty standard airbox still.
Yep.
We haven't touched any of that. Reese recommended that we leave it as that for the time being, unless I was going to do anything silly. We'll look at doing a snorkel.
You wouldn't do something silly.
No, not at all.
In terms of exhaust, what sort of setup are we going?
So it's still running DPF in it, obviously. So from there on, it's just got a 5-inch straight back. So it looks good. Look, it doesn't sound like, you know, it can work, but I'd rather not have any issues. I'm on truck rego, so we pull through inspection bays every now and then, and I'd rather not have any issues with that.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, look, one day I might do it.
See what happens.
But I think that'll be when this becomes like a Sunday car or a touring car.
Not the daily. This is still the daily.
Yeah, that's right. So I've done a fair few Ks in it now. I've done 55,000 Ks in 6 months. And it has not missed a beat once. So, you know, props to the boys at GNL, props to the boys with all the, you know, the 12-volt fit out, like from TDI and overpowered. Like I've never ever had anything go wrong. Touch wood with this truck. So
that's sick. How quickly after you bought this thing did you go straight into the power mods?
So I dropped it off to Reese at GNL when I had 500 Ks on.
Yeah, right, crazy.
So literally picked it up from the dealership.
Yeah, sick.
Went and showed all the tyre shop boys, like Gas Wheels. They measured it up quickly.
Yep.
The boys measured up for the suspension and then went from there to here. And then away we go.
Epic. Mate, this thing is absolutely sick. Would haul ass on the beach and probably hauls ass with anything behind it.
Pretty much, anyway. Yeah.
Very cool. I mean, next step is probably get to the cream of the crop here, is that TDI train canopy setup up the back.
Absolutely unreal.
We'll take a look at the touring setup, we'll go through it, have a look at what you've done, how you fitted it out.
Yeah, cool. Let's do it.
Slam bonnet on. Alright, there's no denying the back of these TDI train canopies, works of art, very angular, aggressive, super functional, lovely place to be. Run us through what we're actually looking at, the touring setup at the back here.
Cool. So I got the Outback Touring 1.4.
Yep.
Paired with the solar from Roan Gear.
Yep.
And it's been great. Again, it's all part of the whole 12-volt system. Running the spare wheel carrier on the back. We do have 2 jerry cans on either side that we can attach on.
Sick.
And then working our way back, we've got a little drawer here where we just keep all of our random stuff, as everyone does.
Yeah.
Tabletop.
Tools, bits and pieces. Yeah.
And the tabletop we use for the barbecue, we put the gas bottle up there and we can cook.
Sick.
Again, paired with the bar design lights. So
Yeah,
it works really good for us at night.
Yep.
And then obviously we've got the bushwhacker awning that comes around with lights in that too.
Sick.
It works really, really well for what we do with the camping.
Yeah.
Below here, underneath the table, we've got the reverse lights. Running the air brake lines.
Yep.
High pressure water pump for
Sick.
like our shower. We can wash down all our trailers and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Whether it be jet skis or whatnot.
How much water's on board?
So we've got 140 litres of fresh water.
Beautiful.
And then we've got a gravity fed tap on your side there. And then,
Sick.
like I said, the high pressure.
Cool. Jenny hitch, ready to go.
Yeah, Gen Y hitch again. That thing's unreal. The torsion setup.
Yeah.
Like, totally unreal.
How have you set up the canopy? We'll go through it in a second, but I'm assuming that side's living, this side's storage?
Yeah, so I got this side living, food fridge, and everything else, and then obviously your side, we've got beer fridge, and then storage there as well.
Essentials, I like it. Beautiful.
Closer to me, perfect.
Let's rip around that side and we'll open up the canopy and we'll take a look.
Done.
This thing is in the league of its own when it comes to touring setups. This side is so nice and tidy. I'm assuming this is the handiwork of the TDI boys?
Yeah, all TDI.
Epic. Run us through it.
All right, so we got our fridge here, obviously. We've got a pantry that pulls out, which is really good, running the big speaker up the top. We've got a big drawer with a table topper down here as well. And then behind it, we've just running the air fryer and our little Weber as well, because we do a lot of cooking on the road, so it's good for us.
Sick.
And then we got the decking, this foam decking from Foam Craft Flooring from Cam.
Sick.
Absolutely unreal. We've got obviously all our logos in it, and the boys from TDI.
Yep. Very cool. That's a nice touch actually. A little soft finish in here is kind of nice.
Yeah, something a bit to break it up, different colours. So
yeah, very cool. Russ, for the 12-volt system you got in the back here.
So 12-volt system is all the Energize system from the boys at Overpowered.
Yep.
Just work of art really, from just the start of it, like the fascia of it. We've got all our lights on one side. We've got our 12 volt system there. We've got our 240 inverter, USB, USB-C, literally everything I can think of. It's running 200 amp hours at the moment. We've got the capability to run 400.
Okay.
But just for the time being, we're just running the 2 just to see how it goes for some testing.
Yeah, cool.
And then this side we've got our water pump switch and just our internal lights.
Yep.
And then on the other side we've got all our external lights as well.
Yeah, beautiful. So what do you find yourself using more, the induction or the Weber?
Mainly the Weber.
Yeah. Okay.
Only because we like it.
Yeah.
Like my thing is barbecues on the beach with all the boys and all that sort of stuff. So for us it's awesome. So
yeah, absolutely. Dope. Let's go around the other side and see what the beer side looks like.
Sounds good.
All right, this is the side for storage, beers,
And
a bit
work.
more power, work, etc. Run us through the setup here. Really liking this soft.
Yeah,
It's good.
I love this. It's really good. We throw when we do all of our touring or whatever, or if we're working, we throw all our work shit on this side, spare tools, jacks, whatever we need. It's great.
Yeah, sick.
And then like I said, we have a beer fridge, which is there, but cool.
Yeah, little 40 litre number.
Yeah,
Yeah.
mate, just unreal for what we do. It's good for me too, because if I'm driving, I want a bottle of water or beer or whatever. When we pull up, hop straight out of the car, grab it, keep going.
Yeah, sick.
Save me walking around. Like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, you might think, you got to walk around, it's not too much of an issue, but when you've got 300 metres of boat behind you, it's a long walk, so it's good to have it here.
Yeah, and look, we got extra storage up here again. The boys at Overpower to put more light switches up here for all our extras. We've got our twin spotties on the rear.
Yeah.
And just a whole heap of other accessories for us to add later on. And again, we've got our Anderson plugs, one for a solar in as well, if we wanted to add another solar whilst we're staying at the campsite, not using the car. Yeah, just a blanket or whatnot. We've got the 12 volts cigarette lighter and the USB, USB-C, and the 240 switches on this side as well for battery chargers, whatever else we want to run.
Very cool. Talk about toolboxes.
So
Here.
we've got the boys from TDI, we've got the toolbox set up in here. So that's our coil for our airlines.
Yeah, very cool.
Yeah,
Trackable
mate,
airline.
really good. Heaps of storage under there. Look, I love it. It's good. We throw all sorts of random junk in there on trips.
Yep.
And on this side here, we just got our compressor that runs our air brakes.
Yep.
Again, heaps of storage. Bloody beautiful.
Yep.
We love it.
We've got the same boxes on the other side, obviously.
Yeah, same box on the
Are
other
they
side.
empty, or?
Yeah, they're just storage. So I put a lot of my tools and stuff in there.
Yeah.
Snatch lines, whatever
Sick.
else.
Yeah.
Ratchet straps to tie down,
Perfect.
like oversized flags and all that sort of shit.
Yeah, sick.
Really good for what we do.
Perfect.
And then again, we've got all the lights up here. They change colours.
Perfect. Very nice.
Yeah.
One thing we forgot to mention was fuel on this thing. Tank size, what is it?
So tank size, it's 220.
Yep.
It's a Brown Davy tank.
Yep.
And then we had that fitted when the boys at EC Off-Road did the airlines. They did the tank as well.
Yep.
Been really good having that extra range.
Yeah, I can imagine. And then fuel economy wise, when you're not towing, probably be pretty good still, despite the size.
Like I think fully loaded with like 2 of us in the car, going away for the weekend.
Yeah.
I'd sit just on 495 ton.
Yeah. Okay.
And that's pretty good. Like considering 37s, I think I'm sitting on the highway at about 16 to 17 litres per 100.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Very
Like
good,
it's not very aerodynamic.
No, shaped like a loaf of sourdough and weighs a shit ton. So that's pretty impressive numbers, really.
Yeah, mate. Look, it's really good for what we do.
And what's surprising to me as well is when you're towing massive loads, it's still impressive fuel economy.
Yeah, like we towed one a couple of weeks back from Cairns, and it was 37-foot long boat.
Yeah.
27 and a half.
Yeah, crazy.
Yeah, really good.
Super good. Epic. I reckon we jump in the cab. We'll take a quick squeeze at the interior. It is luxe in there. I'll just about bring us to the end.
I think so.
Beautiful.
Well, the inside of this thing is immaculate. Luxury everywhere, huge screen, massive amount of space.
Yeah.
I can imagine this is the ultimate road trip car.
Yeah.
For starters, what's the longest one stint trip you've done?
We've done probably here to Cairns non-stop so far.
Holy,
Yeah.
1700 Ks, something like that.
Yeah, it's a bit of a trip.
She's a donkey. She's a donkey.
Yeah.
But I guess you could do it in the car like this. I actually kind of like that it's column shift as well because you get that space back in the middle.
Yeah, well, it's 6-seater, so this here doubles into obviously a third, like a bench seat setup.
Yeah, sick.
And then it's still got heaps of storage. It's really good too. Like this is my office on the road.
Yep.
So when we have the transport, we've got our cars haulage, we've got our cars finance. So when I'm driving during the day, I can still pull up in the truck stops and I can put my laptop up here and I can do all my finance work for all the clients that we've got. And it's really, really good for that. We can have 3 people in the front, 3 people in the back. So
Blokes and blokes.
Yeah, just it is what it is.
The usual.
Yeah,
Just a Friday night, really.
yeah, from the pub home.
I like it. In terms of aftermarket gear, there's not a heap going on in here, but I guess you don't need it because it just works as it is.
Yeah.
2 UHFs.
Yeah, so 2 GMEs. One, obviously, we sit on the truck channel to, just to keep an eye out and any accidents or whatnot in head.
Yep.
And then the second one, I normally have when we're all travelling in convoy with all the boys. We all talk.
Yep. Sick.
And then, like, we've got a couple of things under here, but everything's all hidden away because I kind of like the fact that it's all clean. So, underneath here in the glove box, we've got the air brake set up so we can see all the temperature and the gauges and all that sort of. Really, really good. And then obviously all the units for the GME tucked away.
Yep.
And then obviously the 5-stage tune from G&L obviously is under here on the dial, out of the way, tucked away.
What do you find yourself driving in most?
I'm pretty sure map 5, which is Performance Plus.
Yeah.
Which Reese probably will hate me saying this, but I thoroughly enjoy driving.
Yeah, it's hard.
When I am towing though, Reese, I promise I'm using the tow map.
Yeah.
And look, it's been really
big
good.
engine braking.
Yeah, it just runs everything a lot smoother. You throw them in tow haul mode and you run it in you lock out 6, that he says, and it's just unreal.
Yeah,
beautiful. It really is such a good truck.
Yeah, absolutely. If you could change one thing in here, would you?
Not really.
Yeah.
I think, like I said to you at the start, like this is the end goal was to have something like this where I can basically live out of on the road for work and for play, and this is what I envision.
Beautiful, man. Let's jump back out of the front and we'll say goodbye to the folks. This thing is absolutely sick and you've done an absolute work of art to it.
Well, that is an in-depth look at our biggest and most expensive rig rundown to date. This thing is an absolute weapon and purpose-built dream car. Mate, you should be very proud of what you've done here.
Thanks, mate. Appreciate that.
Thanks for tidying it up and bringing it into TDI for us to film.
Pleasure.
I'll no doubt see you on the highway somewhere swaying trailers between Sydney and Coffs.
That's it, mate. That's it.
Perfect.
See you on the next one.
If you've liked this, make sure you subscribe, share it around, and we will see you next Thursday.